Well, everybody, we meet again. Welcome back to the channel. Wow, what a beautiful day here in February. It's like 50 degrees. Seems like we're having this a lot, but part 3 of the equipment tour. We're doing pickups and semis. That's what y'all been waiting for. Let's get right into it.
This is a 1984 359 Peterbilt with a Corvette dash with a 36-inch bunk on it. This truck is amazing. It started out with an 855 Cummins in it. We got it in 2002. We actually leased it from a guy. He passed away about a year later. We ended up buying it from the estate for $4,500. We spent about $4,000 on the truck, turbo and some other things, or got a used turbo, and got it running.
Used to be yellow.
Used to be yellow, so my dad always called it Old Yeller or Big Bird. Big Bird was a more popular number. In 1962, my sister was born that day, on July 13th on a Friday. Now what's ironic about that day is the guy that drove this truck for like 5 years. On that same day, July 13th, 1962 on a Friday, he lost his left arm from his elbow up in a hay baling accident. He reached into the plunger to pull out some loose hay, and it came around and made one more revolution. He thought it was done. Anyway, he lost his arm. So that guy's name is on the other side of the truck, which we'll go look at. This is the guy's name that used to own the truck, Jim Edel, and he passed away in 2003. This guy right here drove this truck, 2006, so about 5 years. This guy right here, awesome guy. He's the one that lost an arm.
Corvette dash.
Ends up.
Don't know how many miles are on it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Unknown. We've had it. It had so many different motors, tachometers. It's got like, I'm gonna guess it's got 1.5 million miles on it. 2012, the motor blew the camshaft out, rods outside of the engine. So we had a guy in Ottumwa, Iowa, put an 855 in it out of a dump truck, and we got 8 really good years out of that. Thought we were gonna overhaul that a couple years ago. It was getting fuel in the oil, the liners were scored. Our mechanic and me kind of got together and we're like, why don't we put an N14 in here? Because we really like that in our 2000. So here we have a 1984 359 with an N14 in it with 525 horsepower. I think we toned it down to about 500. And this baby runs hard, fast, it's powerful. This probably will go down with a 4020 and a 4450 on our farm. Is one of the best, most reliable. Just when you need to go down the trenches, you take this truck with you. 1984 359 Peterbilt, aka the Bobcat. Bobcat head. That's our local Marshalltown mascot name. And ironically, my dad used to be the president of the school board, but he acquired the CB handle, the Bobcat, way back in the 70s. So when he passed away, we thought it was only fitting that this truck is just called the Bobcat. That is a watered down story of this truck, because if this truck was a fly on the wall and could talk, it would tell you stuff that I don't even know. Insane what this truck knows.
Flagship. See you in the funnies.
Yep. This is a 1996 FLD120 Freightliner with an 855 Cummins in it. We actually got it in the fall of 95, but it was a 96 glider kit. It was built and put together by a guy in Fairbank, Iowa by the name of Costello. He actually did 3 for us. He did a 96, he did a 97, and then he did a 95, which we don't have those anymore. We just have this one. So this was the truck that my dad always drove, so we just called it Red Dawn. And yeah, it's been overhauled a couple times since we've had it over the years. It's just a good old staple. It's got a few things that we need to fix on it, but yeah, she just runs. I'll seed corn with it in the fall, and right now it's just holding up a walking Ford trailer here. This was the start of our Freightliner trucks we had back in the 90s. 26 years we've had this. 13 speed, had a PTO on it, wet kit. We have since taken the PTO off.
Grandpa hauled ammonia with this truck a lot. He was one of the oldest drivers for Sully.
Yep, 78 years old, documented. If you call them, they'd probably tell you that.
Pretty nice trucks. Everybody says if you're looking for an old farm truck that you're just gonna haul grain with, look for an FLD120. They're cheap. Yeah. They got good power in the 855 or whatever else you get them in. And they're nice, nimble, little easy to drive trucks.
Yeah. I cannot take credit though for the wood console in this truck. This was made by a good family friend of ours and guy who worked for us for about 5-6 years in the 90s, and he made this little console. So show them the little fold down table there so you can get in the sleeper, and then you put it up, you want to eat your lunch, and yeah. Now it used to have over there in that corner, it used to have an area where my dad used to put his bag phone. And if you were sitting in the passenger seat in this truck, it would like get right into your knee. So since the bag phones have kind of gone out of the cycle now, we cut that little corner off. So it's a lot more comfortable, you know, when a wife or a girlfriend wants to ride in the truck, it's not in their knee. Interior's still really good in this truck. Yeah. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
You know, we've done some door seals over the years and some new tachometers and speedometers. But,
any idea how many miles are on it?
Well, yes. About 1.6 million miles. I think before my dad passed away, we had maybe about 1.5 million on it. And he's been gone for 6 years. So, you know, we've put a couple 100,000 on it in the last couple years. We don't put as many miles on it now.
This is a truck that Bucky, Mustard, and I learned how to drive and get our CDL.
This is our 2000 379 with the N14 Cummins in it. It's got a 265-inch wheelbase. It's got the pusher axle on it, so you can haul 1,000 bushels with it. Had this truck for a while. Got it from a local couple in town that retired. It used to have a big bird beater sleeper on it. And the sleeper,
I think we're the only ones that call it bird
beaters.
It's the big 63-inch bunk that scoop up. I don't know if Grandpa or Dad nicknamed them bird beaters because you're driving down the road and you're gonna hit birds with them. So we always call them bird beaters. It's flat tops.
When we added the pusher, the sleeper was on it. Was going to be in the way, so we had the sleeper taken off, converted to a day cab to make room for the tag axle. Since then, we've had a 48-inch sleeper put back on, had some paint work done to it, new hood, new bumper in the front.
Got about 1,500,000 miles on it. It's got the nice wood grain. This is a nice truck. It's probably one of our favorites around here. N14, solid, good motor.
It's the loudest truck we got.
The Jake brakes on that one sound nice. You notice this giant oil leak here? Yeah, normally yellow truck sits here. She's at the hospital right now, so she will not be making the video.
2012 yellow Peterbilt, which we call Big 12. We were looking for a truck in January of 17. Found one on Craigslist. Thought, I don't want to buy a truck off Craigslist. Call the guy. Gosh, he answers the phone. He's a farmer up by Sioux City, Iowa. So we went up there one night and looked at it. Gosh, really liked the truck. It was really clean. Had 370,000 miles on it. And the guy told us what we wanted. Thought the price sounded pretty reasonable. I said, we'll take it. So we went back maybe like a week later and we drove it home. I think we brought it home on a Thursday night. We had all our DOT and name ready to go on a Friday, and that truck was on the road on Monday. It's got a ISX in it. It's about 500 horse, 18 speed. We've had some issues with the engine on that a little bit, but you know, it's like anything else. It is pretty much a twin to the Blue 2014. Just a good old work truck.
2014 Blue 389 Peterbilt, 240 wheelbase.
It's a pretty short truck.
48-inch buck. It's really a pretty good grain truck. So the story with this truck, 2016 inauguration days when we got it.
Yeah.
That was the day we went and looked at it, and we're like, yep, we're gonna get it. 560,000 bounce on it, a little more.
There's not a lot of whole history with it. It's just a truck. We got it from a local guy.
Yeah, he was just
north of us a little ways.
Yep. And probably one of the least problem trucks.
Right. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. 558,000 miles. Well, not a bad truck. Been decent.
This here is what we call 2020. Never planned on getting it. We were looking for another used truck. When we do seed corn, that kind of takes a truck out of our operation. We were on our way to a wedding in Texas. We had a truck picked out down in Oklahoma and called the guy a couple days before we were going to leave to say, hey, I'm bringing you a down payment for the truck. I'd like to drive it home on Monday on our way back through. And the guy told me over the phone it was sold. To say the least, I was very disappointed because the truck only had like 150,000 miles on it. And it was maybe like 5 or 6 years old. It had a wet kit on it. I mean, that baby was going to hit the ground running. I was kind of mad the whole weekend thinking about it. But, you know, sometimes stuff doesn't go your way. So we came home. We started looking for trucks around here. We went over to Cedar Rapids Peterbilt one day on a Saturday to look at a used truck. This sales lady who we'd met a couple years, maybe 3-4 years prior at the truck races, I'd remembered her. And she was working at Cedar Rapids Peterbilt, and we started talking to her. She had this really nice used truck had about 450,000 miles on it, but I wasn't a big fan of the color. Long story short, she shows us this truck and she says, why don't you guys buy this? She goes, it was a new truck ordered. Whatever reason, the guy canceled the order on it. So we ended up actually leasing it.
It's got 124,700 miles, 290-inch wheelbase. It's got a 605 horsepower X15 Cummins. This is probably my favorite part about the truck, the fiberglass fenders. They look so sharp, they're stout. It's a very nice riding truck. It's got disc brakes all around, front air ride, rides like an absolute dream. Tall stacks, I believe they're like 12 foot, so it looks awesome flying down the road.
There you go, that's 2020. In 2017, we had this humongous pile of dirt out by our scale.
Wait, you mean Devin?
No.
Oh. What? Oh, sorry.
Anyway, it was 250 loads of dirt. We probably hauled 100 loads with a 14-yard dirt scraper. And I said to my brother, I go, every time we pay someone to haul dirt and we want to do it on a weekend or something, you can't get anybody to come do it from a company. They're busy doing other things. We decided to start looking for a dump truck. And we actually found this one about 20 miles away. We got this bought. Had 860,000 miles on it. We got about 880 on it now. It's been a good investment. We've probably paid for it 3 times in all the dirt and gravel we've hauled, especially for Area 21. It is a 2000 Sterling, aka Ford dump truck, with a C12 cat in it, about 430 horse, 13 speed. We rebuilt the inside of the box a couple of years ago. The floor was getting kind of rough. The last job we used, it was kind of in the trenches, so it needs a good bath, and then she'll be ready to go. This here, this is my baby. This is my 1991 daily driving pickup, or AKA daily driver. It's a 1/2 ton. I got 3/4 ton springs in it. Built a flatbed for it about 5, 6, actually 7 years ago. What is that bird on the hood? It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a cyclone cardinal. So this is what I call my cyclone pickup. Long story short, or short story long, probably for me, short story long. Guy that drives the truck for us had it, and box was getting kind of rusty and needed new tires, and the brakes were shot, and tells me one day he's getting a different vehicle and he's going to trade it off. And I said, well, have you already traded it off? And he's like, yeah, it's already sitting in the dealer. So I said, hey, I'll give you $500 for it if that's all they're going to give you. So ends up, he calls the dealer back, and he went back and drove it home, and come to find out, I I only had to give him $350 for it. I kind of remind myself, like, why is that? He says, well, you remember you bought a battery for me that summer, and I still owe you $150, so I guess take it off the pickup. So I bought this pickup for $350. We had the cab and the hood repainted, new rocker panels. Of course, had to have 5-inch chrome pipes on it. Now, currently, the head gasket is out of this pickup. Just happened a couple weeks ago, so we're getting the parts ordered. We're going to start working on that here in maybe a week or two, and because I need this back in the spring for my daily drive. I really miss driving this. We custom built this flatbed ourselves in 2015. Just a good old pickup.
It's got a 5.7 liter, I believe. 350. Is it a 350?
Got some aftermarket rims on it, the BF Goodrich tires. She needs a bath and she needs a head gasket, and then she'll be ready to go. Good old Chevys. Gotta love them.
Here is our 1997 F250 7.3 Power Stroke. Dad actually bought this truck in the April of 2002 from a local guy that worked at a co-op whose mother was retiring. He wanted to buy their acreage and had the truck and needed some money, so Dad bought this from him. And then 2 months later, the truck was actually stolen. Dad woke up one day, came out, noticed his truck was gone, reported that it was stolen, and it was found 2 days later in a neighboring town, just sitting on the road, no damage at all, completely out of fuel, keys in it. And they never ended up figuring out who stole it or what exactly happened. And we still have the truck today. Just last year, we built, Dad and I built a flatbed for it. Bought the steel, built it all from scratch. And then since we had the box off, I went ahead and got some master coat, painted the frame up, redid the exhaust, put a new fuel tank on it. Truck's got just shy of 200,000 miles on it, which is, you know, fairly low for a farm truck. It's weird, I feel like I have a partial bond to it because the truck is the same year that I was born. I don't know if that's why I got a lucky one or unlucky one that got to keep it, depending on your opinion on 7.3 Ford Power Strokes.
It's got a very unique baby blue color.
Yeah, that's the other thing I like about it is...
Been on this earth for 22 years and I've never seen a pickup exactly like this one.
I've seen ones with a similar shade, two-tone, but I have not seen one that's like all this baby blue color.
Yeah.
Which is really unique. That's why we want to keep it around and make it last as long as we can.
Bucky is going to talk about this bad boy.
7.3.
Let her rip.
F450. It's a 99 F450. We got this in 2016 from a lady just northeast of us. Her husband passed. Didn't need the truck. He used it to haul lumber. It just had just a flatbed on it. Originally flatbed, and it had the toolbox here and one on the other side. We got the John Deere compressor-rator. We got 300 gallons of fuel tank. The guy's just got the 20-gallon tanks we're going to use for engine, hydraulic, and coolant. This is that John Deere triangle box that we got. Store our tools a little better than just the Craftsman's. I got the gas-powered pump. We got our 100-foot hose. This has got to come off. This is the old electric pump. 7.3 Power Stroke. It's pretty, you know, it does everything we need to do. It's not a big power truck horse.
It's got 196,132.
She's a pup yet.
Yeah, she's a pup.
It had steel 19.5s on it. We found some 19.5-inch Alcoas. So.
Sharp. Right here, my 2011 Ford F250 Lariat, 6.2 liter gas pickup. I bought this truck from a landlord late 2020, and I mean, that's all there is really to it. I wasn't particularly in the market to buy a pickup. I was still in school, still in college, but it was a heck of a deal. I could not pass it up, so I just decided to, you know, bite the bullet, make the decision, and go ahead and buy it. Have not regretted it. So it's a really nice truck. Nice leather interior. It's got nice amenities, heated, cooled seats. This is probably the best part about the truck. If you look right there, you can see she's got 50,500 miles. 2011. So my landlord only put about 4,000 miles a year on it. He bought it brand new, so I'm the second owner. Really nice truck. He took really good care of it. I use this truck around the farm. It's got plenty of power to tow, you know, the stuff that we're towing. It's really nice to just have another pickup around that's nice, that has a bed, because, you know, we like our flatbeds around here. Nice truck. Really like it. It's a sharp looking truck, Honey Badger. Hey, peg leg.
What it is.
2019 6.7 power stroke.
Flatty.
No, it's an
No, just kidding. It's XLT.
XLT.
It's all good.
It looks fancier than it is. Come on, Honey Badger.
You got the
You
XLF
drove-
mufflers on
You
it?
drove a
if you've ever
97
seen
power
that
stroke
video, you
for
know.
like 25 years. I think it's okay that you have a newer pickup. An XLT, you know. It's
It was
okay.
20, by the way. Do the math. It
Oh,
was
I'm sorry.
2002. This is 2022.
6.7 power stroke, 2019.
F250.
Got it from our local Ford dealer up north of us.
This was the one that was in the power diesel off with Luke.
Yeah. See?
And I got embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to get this bad boy
Ford
deleted.
had the skirt
Delete
pulled
and
off her.
This is our main, I guess, tow truck. You know, for towing long distance, we like using this one. It's comfy ride, handles well, a lot of power. That's all there is.
A lot of power. Sorry.
The Chevy guy is being funny.
I got a half ton.